All right, guys, we are heading into the John Deere booth. We're going to be checking out some brand new equipment that John Deere will be releasing in the 2024 year, plus some stuff that they've got on the radar screen coming down the pipeline. So make sure that you guys stick around. This is going to be one exciting video, but let's not waste any more time. Let's go check out the first piece of brand new John Deere equipment right now. All right, guys, we are in the John Deere booth, and we are going to be looking at all things new by John Deere, and I'm here with Kat. And yes, she does work at John Deere. Okay, so Kat, tell me what is new about this machine that we should know?
Yeah, so this is our 850 X-Tier E-Drive machine, and it's a dual path electric drive machine. So it's the first John Deere dozer that we've had with electric drive technology.
Dual path electric drive. Can you tell me what that actually means?
Yeah, yep, so it's a diesel hybrid, diesel electric technology. So we start with our diesel engine. Okay. We go to generator, we go to inverters, and then we have 2 electric drive motors that are connected to our final drives that move the machine.
Why would we want an electric drive over a standard hydraulic drive?
That's a great question. So electric drive really gives us the increased power management and performance in the machine, so we can actually have, by having the 2, we can actually control the torque independently on each of the drives.
Oh, so it's kind of like having the torque of a Tesla, but the power of a Cummins. Put those 2 things together, and you get the best of both worlds.
Yes, you get the best of both worlds. Yeah, it's awesome.
That makes sense. And so that's by John Deere. Now this is this machine right here. Yes. Is this coming to production? Is it in production? When's it
is not in production yet. So we're excited in the next year or so we'll be able to communicate more on timing for this machine.
Okay, and what is the model number? And
this is 850, yep, so it's 225 horsepower machine.
Is there going to be any other John Deere equipment that uses this kind of hybrid technology that we should be looking at? This is really similar
to the 944 X-Tier, so that 944K that we've had with that technology is very similar to that type of technology. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So what else should we know about this unit, Kat?
Yeah, so this one has an updated display strategy with surround view cameras and the most amount of screens of any dozer in the industry, giving our operators what they need, where they need it, and when they need it.
Perfect. All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
All right, guys. The next piece of equipment, I'm with Luke. How are you?
Hey, good. Nice talking with you today.
So what are we looking at with this one?
Sure. So this is our 444 G-Tier loader. We actually introduced the G-Tiers at the last Con Expo with the 644.
Okay.
We continue to really expand upon that lineup. So these machines are really designed to be a more simple, easy to use, less bells and whistles machine, more or less, honestly.
Really?
So we offer what we call the G-Tier because of that reason. Customers that don't need all the, like I mentioned, bells and whistles, that don't have some of the demands that you'd see for other loaders. Yep. So we offer this as a solution for those customers, in addition to our P and X tier loaders as well, that do add some of the features, that do add some of the newer technologies.
You are singing the song of my people.
Oh, I like that. I like it.
For snow plowing, because I have loaders that I don't use 6 months out of the year. They get parked, they don't move, but the other 6 months out of the year, they get constantly used.
Yep.
And I'm looking at a way of buying an affordable machine. So I'm guessing what you're saying doesn't have all the bells and whistles, that also doesn't have the price tag.
That's correct. Correct. These are going to come in at a more attractive price point. What's neat about this too is that all the major components are the same, if not similar, to what you'd see on like a P or an X tier. So it's still got a John Deere engine, John Deere axles most of the time, CF transmission. Those are all the same things you're going to get on the other machine. And of course, we've got one of the better dealer networks out in the market, so they're there to support the machines along the way too.
Okay. What would typically be a cost savings by going with a G versus one of the higher end ones? Are we looking at a 10% cost savings, or wouldn't you know that, Luke?
Yeah, we're trying to target about that 10 to 15% cost savings compared to a similarly spec'd P-tier loader.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What else should we know?
So, as I mentioned, simple, reliable, supported by Deere, backed by major qualities. That's what the G-tier machines bring. We've got this 444 behind me. We also have a 544G on the other side. I mentioned the 644 we had on display at the last Con Expo. We brought it back again to continue to enforce that message. So we're adding a lot of these to the fleet, and customers are really getting really excited about that.
Very good. All right, Luke. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm here with Justin. How are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
So, John Deere, what's new with the John Deere excavators now?
Yeah, so this 85 P-tier excavator has a ton of major improvements compared to the previous G-series.
In the cab, mostly?
Yeah, this is a completely redesigned cab. So we've got 8% more cab volume, we've lengthened the floor by about 6.5 inches, and we cleaned up the floor as well. So we took our swing boom pedal, moved that up to the joystick, just allowing the operator to reposition their feet if they need to. All new monitor. That's an 8-inch high resolution monitor. It's got Bluetooth capability. It's got attachment control functions. We've got an all new seat, ergonomic, adjustable, toolless design armrest. There's a tons of creature comforts in this thing. And to match those comforts for those long days, the performance of this machine has considerable improvements. So it's just over 67 horsepower, just over 21,000 pounds. Our 67 horsepower is actually an 18% increase in engine power compared to the previous model.
Oh, just from last year's model.
Yeah, we've got a 5% increase in hydraulic flow, better machine stability. This machine is a solid performer, extremely popular. Service is another improvement. We've got 5 service panels on this. Ground level daily service is really in the DNA of every John Deere machine. We've got remote filter banks here too, so if there's a filter on the machine, this is where you go to find it. Just grouping things in a way that makes sense, making machines easier to service.
When is this being released?
So we're taking orders for these right now. We'll start to see these hitting dealer lots closer to the end of summer, early fall this year.
All right, and that's the new John Deere excavator. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good show.
Much appreciated, Jester. All right, I'm back with Luke.
Yes.
And this is a concept.
Yes, so this machine is debuting at Con Expo for us this year. This is a 244 X-Tier compact wheel loader. This is going to be a fully battery-powered solution when it comes to market.
Oh, 100%?
100% battery-powered, yes, yes.
So that's what that's for.
Yeah, so our 244 P-Tier, that's in the that 75 horsepower-ish range. This machine would compete in that class. Obviously with the battery you don't really count horsepower, but we anticipate that it'll have the same charging capabilities that we would leverage on other electric drive machines. Last a full day's charge is the intent when this comes to production, but we're still doing a lot of testing, making sure it's going to hit the mark for customers.
Do you have like a tentative release date for something like this, or is that's not even on the radar?
Yeah, so we're still working through some of that right now. You know, Deere has made a what we call our Leap Ambition Pledge to electrify 20 or more machines by 2026. This machine fits in the mold of that regard, but again, still in a very early concept phase.
So I'm seeing some different steering options with this one. It looks like that's what you're going to have worked into the prototype, because I see your typical convention, but I also see your rear wheels are now turned inside to create a tighter turning radius.
Yes. So actually that feature itself is not new for some of these compact loaders.
Right.
We call that articulation plus steering.
Okay.
And it's on the 244, 324, and 344. And just like you mentioned, this loader articulates standard 30 degrees, but at the same time, the rear axle actually rotates at 10 degrees as well, so you still get that 40 degrees of articulation. What that does is actually increase your full turn tip load, because you still get tight maneuverability and turning radius, but the loader itself is actually not rotating as much, so you can have a lot more load up in the air when you compare it to other solutions out there.
And another thing that isn't as quite as important, but some people, and maybe some of you guys, is less turf damage, less ground damage, less disruption on your surface that your working surface.
Exactly.
Okay. And anything else we should know about this unit?
No, again, there's a lot of talk about electrifying machines at the Con Expo this year. Deere's got a lot of solutions. This is one that, again, we're excited to debut here as a continuing machine in that size class.
Perfect. Thanks, Luke.
Yeah, nice talking with you.
All right, guys, we are with the next machine, and Matt, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
So what is new about this road grader?
Yeah, we have our updated next generation motor graders we're showing off at the show this week. Redesigned cab with a lot of operator comfort features. We have a heated ventilated seat, we have automatic temperature control, and just made lives a lot easier for operators. Improved adjustability on the joysticks and armrest. And then we also added a lot of automation to the machine. We now have a total of 6 automation features that are mainly exclusive to John Deere motor graders.
Okay.
All of those automation features.
It sounds like everything's creature comfort, but the automation features, let's get into that. How has this improved performance for guys?
Yeah, so think about just simplicity. A lot of guys having trouble finding skilled operators. We're trying to make these graders a lot easier to operate. Think about grading a flat building pad. We're windrowing material across. when we turn around, there's a lot of things that operators are doing. They're steering the machine, articulating the machine, raising the blades, rotating the circle. With automation, with a double tap of the circle rotate button, the blade will automatically mirror itself. With auto articulation, the machine will automatically articulate when the operator steers. So it really greatly reduces the amount of work for the operator, and especially new operators trying to get familiar with graders.
All right. So here we are. So this is our control panel, and what are we looking at with this now?
Yeah, so we actually we moved the 6-wheel drive controls ahead. They were kind of back in the right rear corner.
Okay.
We opened up visibility out to the right side tandems quite a bit.
Okay.
And you'll see all the switches and controls that the operator interfaces with are all centrally located in this area.
Mm-hmm.
We also added a new 8-inch touchscreen display right here. That is integrated with cross-slope technology. And then this machine is also a smart grade machine, so we have the 3D massless grade control on this machine.
When is this coming out?
Yeah, so this will be available in the future. We're probably a year to 2 out. But this will be coming out.
But this is beyond the concept stage? This is beyond the prototype stage?
We got a lot of customer feedback. We've completed our testing.
Okay,
We're excited to show
this. You put this in the hands of actual customers that will be using this on a day-to-day basis.
We did.
And listen to what they told you, what they wanted done. And that's what you now getting ready to go to market.
Exactly.
Very good. All right. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Guys, we are looking at another new John Deere dozer. We looked at one that had, what's it,
E-Drive.
E-Drive. What is this now?
Yep, we've made a lot of updates to our small dozers, our 450, 550, and 650. We have our 650 P tier here at the show.
Okay.
Now, we added a lot of technology, but just looking at the machine, it looks a little different. We lowered the hood on here 5 inches. We got rid of the little hump we had in the sheet metal and straightened out that profile.
Okay.
Operators will have a lot clearer visibility down the front of the machine, closer to the front of the blade.
Okay, so they got better visibility to see where their working area is. Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Peripherals around down to the sides
right.
too. Okay.
We also added a lot of technology here. So in base on EH controlled machines, we have a new feature called Easy Grade. Easy Grade makes it easier for new operators to grade smooth surfaces. So
is that standard on the equipment?
Standard on EH controls. We still offer the manual controls on the small dozers, but any EH machine will have that standard.
Okay.
And that's upgradable to slope control. We have a 2D laser solution we're showing off here as well. And then eventually the 3D smart grade system as well.
Okay. So what else should we know about this dozer that may be new?
Yeah, we added a lot of features inside the cab as well.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Easy access.
So we carried down the joysticks from our mid-size dozers. So instead of moving your right arm forward and back to change directions, now that's integrated into a rocker switch.
Oh, those are nice.
So we added a lot of comfort features here. We have the heated and ventilated seat, automatic temperature control. This cab is actually 14% larger than the previous model. So added a lot of space. Ingress.
That's good, because I'm 14% larger than the last time I was at Con Expo.
Yeah, a lot of times these cabs get tight. We have a touchscreen display here that integrates in the technology, and then we also have a rear view camera we can pull up.
All right. And is this out?
This will be out next week. We're starting to ship these updated machines to our dealers.
Son of a, if I would have known that when I just bought that machine, like, oh crap, that is actually
I hear that all the time too. And one other feature I'd like to note is specific to our 450.
Yeah.
We actually completely removed the DEF system on that machine.
Oh.
So customers have a less complex, simplified emissions system on that tractor.
Nice.
They don't have to add DEF throughout the week. So.
Nice. So it's under 75 horsepower.
It is. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
we're at 72 horsepower. We still have the same 4.5 liter engine, It gives us the low-end torque we need in the dozer application.
How did you manage that? That might be a whole nother video. I'd like to know how you manage that. You must have re-geared it so to create the right torque gears, because you probably optimized the transmission for, I'm guessing that's the only way you could reduce the horsepower without losing the actual power to the track.
It's all about optimizing that torque curve of the engine.
Yeah.
And putting that where you need it.
Yeah.
When you're under high loads, when you're doing slot trenching, when you're doing finish grading, to have that predictability in the controls, but also have that power to go through.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right, let's go see the next one. All right, so Greg, this is a brand new skid loader that John Deere is going to be offering.
Yeah, it's our 335, and basically it's designed to handle more hydraulic thirsty attachments. So
higher flow than high flow?
Higher, well, I don't know, we just sort of say higher flow than our flow today.
Okay.
But we revamped the entire hydraulic system. We're going to a more sophisticated, closed loop centered hydraulic system. We call it PCLS, so it's pressure compensating load sensing technology. And basically what we had previously was an open centered system. So when you weren't using all the flow to turn a drum, like say you were using 50% of the hydraulic aux flow, the other 50 would just go to tank, and it would just be in a loop and it would create heat and things like that. So now our pump only will electronically go as fast as required for the attachment on the front of the machine. So you're going to get, the customer's going to get better fuel efficiency, they're going to get better noise quality levels with the PCLS hydraulic system. They're also going to get better multi-function capabilities. So one of the deficiencies we had with our open center is as you're running a very thirsty attachment like a mulcher or a coal planer milling machine, all your flow is going there, and you would lose the ability to raise your boom, for example. Like your functioning of other hydraulic systems would deteriorate. So with this system, better multi-function capability as well.
Is there anybody else that's using this kind of a system now?
It's commonplace to be more of the lower cost open centered system, but there is another manufacturer that I'm thinking of that does have that. They're similar colors as us.
So there's only one other brand that is running this system.
Yes.
When is this system available?
So these machines these are our prototypes. We only get one chance every 3 years to show the world, so we brought these here to show the world today. We're expecting, if our testing goes well, we're expecting that dealers will be able to place orders for our customers late summer or early fall, and then we'll start production, and hopefully we can have these available for customers later this year.
Do you know if there's going to be a price increase because of those changes?
Yeah, the technology, this is a new model, so it will be our premium price machine. It's a bigger model. I should mention that the horsepower on this, our largest machine today, a 333G, is 100 horsepower. This one will be 118 horsepower.
Oh, so significant increase.
Yeah, but from 333 of today to 333 of the future also have horsepower increase, modest horsepower increase. The pricing is nominal, and then if you decided to move up into this, you're looking at a good amount of pricing to get that performance.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, thanks
much
a lot.
appreciated.
Yeah, thank you.
Have you been in a John Deere before?
Well, yeah, several.
How's this cab compared to the ones you've been in?
It's nice. Seems a little more roomier.
Okay.
It's comfortable.
Coming from somebody that's ran them and, okay, several of them. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I don't want to just take their word for it. I want somebody else's word for it. All right, you guys, well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, the thumbs up goes a long way. Hit that subscribe button and let me know what you liked best about this video, which piece of equipment is on your radar screen, and hopefully we'll catch you guys on another one. God bless you guys. Go get them and look for more content from ConExpo coming down the pipeline.